Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, September 11th, 2018. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks has a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here. I am actually away on vacation this week, but it is raining where I am, so with a little bit of extra time this morning, I thought I'd put a quick video out for you. So with that, let's get into today's. If you know me, you know I always start my videos off with a look at the Russell Index. Why? Because I always want to make sure that before I put any new charts forward for you to take a look at, that I'm putting them forward in a rising market environment. And I like to keep my processes really simple, so I just look at one index, and that one for me is the Russell. I deem the Russell to be perhaps the most rate sensitive of the indexes, so as long as the Russell's moving higher, I am good with my getting cautious and defensive. So we're looking at the IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell 2000, and we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. So this is the 5-year chart. These are 5-year monthly candles. As we've talked about lately in videos, it had this low here back in early 2016, but lifted off that area and then caught the blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, which I use as my guide. EMA is exponential moving average, and as you can see, we've been in an uptrend since then. We consolidated a little bit here. These lines are support resistance, so pink is short term, orange is medium term, and blue is long term. So I'm kind of ignoring these two for now, and I'm really focusing in on this area right here. But as you can see, uptrend, consolidated for a while here around my orange line, and then took off again. Here is the candle so far for the month of September, and here's the candle for August. So August was a bullish candle with a nice wide white body, and September so far is undecided, but I like to see the candles in reference to one another on the monthly chart. I find that very helpful. So let's move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 1-year weekly, and you can better see how price is behaving. So here's that same pink line of short-term support resistance. If we lift off this area and get a positive candle this week, I'm going to move this pink line up here. So we've got it a little tighter. This orange line we're ignoring for now. This is medium. But as you can see, the Russell Index lifted off that medium-term area of support, and these are the weekly candles now. Had this lift, consolidated, and then lifted again. So last week was a soft week, indicated by the red candle and the selling that came in. So this week is going to be important. Will we be able to cancel out last week's candle and go higher and continue the trend higher? Or is this the beginning of something more serious and we start to go down from here? So I think the next couple of days are going to be particularly important. So let's move it away from the 1-year weekly to the 3-month daily. As you can see, price closed below the blue 8-day EMA yesterday. Price tried to rally and lift, but was not able to. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of follow through we get today, whether we go lower or we manage to shake off the softness and move higher from here. So I'm going to be watching that pretty carefully. But with price having closed below the 8-day EMA, we're not going to put any fresh charts forward. But in the event that we do get that lift, I'm going to highlight 2 past Chart of the Day Cafe picks that I think might be worth keeping an eye on here. So I'm going to feature 2 past Chart of the Day Cafe picks this morning that I think might be worth keeping an eye on should we get that strength coming back into the markets. It's all about the markets overall moving higher from here. The first one is UPS, United Parcel Service. We flagged it as our Chart of the Day Cafe featured chart back here in, I forget the exact day, but it was Green Circle Day in the middle of July. Again, you know me at Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about the scores underneath my charts. I will never put a chart forward that doesn't have really, really high fundamental scores underneath it. And I also look for seasonal favor. So UPS met all the criteria and was coming into seasonal strength. lifted up and over our blue 8-day EMA and has had a beautiful run since then. It's been consolidating. I reiterated UPS in here as one to watch. It's been consolidating. I'm going to put a little green circle on today's day and say, again, UPS, keep an eye. This consolidation in this overall uptrend, seasonal strength, the scores are still healthy. I checked them this morning, so here are the updated scores. I focus on value and growth, and the value score is still really nice and high for UPS, with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 19%, a current PE of 17.15, and a current dividend yield of 2.93%. So like UPS here, I like the consolidation. In the days ahead, should that market strength come into the markets again, I would look for UPS to break out of this consolidation range and go higher. So worth keeping an eye on. The second one is Fiat Chrysler. We've featured this one, FCAU. It was our Chart of the Day Café pick on August 24th, bouncing off this area of support. We're looking at the 6-month daily charts. So I love the scores on this one. In particular, it's really got great scores. Doesn't pay a dividend. Let me just reiterate the scores while I have this page open. Really nice high value score with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 25%, a current PE of 5.38, and as I mentioned, it does not pay a dividend, but I love this chart. So we featured it here. It's had some lift, but it's been consolidating. It's come in. I would expect in a continued strong market environment, so it's all about the markets again, overall moving higher here. I'm going to put a little green circle and say I would be keeping an eye on Fiat Chrysler in this area for lift, and a move into my green circle. Just to recap, for those of you that are not regular viewers, what I look for is price moving up and over this blue 8-day EMA, so I'm really zooming it into the 3-month daily chart. And what I like to see is price move up and over the blue with the pink cross. So the pink line is the 3 EMA. So I like to see the pink moving up and over the blue as a simple trigger and price moving higher. So I will be looking for that triggering Fiat Chrysler in this area. We'll see if we get it. But those are the two charts I would be keeping an eye on here. Have a good rest of the week, and if it continues to rain on Thursday, I'll put another video out. But if not, I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, and as a reminder, these videos normally go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you soon.